What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back at again with another review, so let's just get straight into it. This one is for Hellfire Tactics, and it's going to be a bit of an interesting one because there isn't going to be many different like chapter marks in this one. In regards to accessibility, we are going to approach that one now and get it straight out of the gate because simplest one to do. It's just not there. There is no accessibility. It has no audio descriptive, it has no controller support, it has nothing. It is a mouse or nothing, and that's pretty much it for accessibility. Then let's head over to the main focus of the game for this review, which will be the gameplay. It has customization in regards to the type of decks you can build, the archdemons that you can use, the artifacts that you can have in your repertoire, and the rituals, and that's it. That is the customization. It is like a deck builder, tactic based, turn based thing where you field a team, another enemy will build a team, and you basically have to randomly guess what they're fielding and try and counter it, I guess, or build the best possible team and just play. It's really a hard one to put into words to explain just how threadbare this game feels. It doesn't really have much in the way of gameplay. It is what it is, and it does what it does, and that's it. It's one of those that's trying to break into the market on Hearthstones or Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's not really in that market, if you know what I mean, because it's tried to be its own thing but on the fringes of 2 or 3 different genres at the same time, and it's very odd, and the combat styling is very odd. I know this is very monosyllabic on this one. It's just, it doesn't really become an easy game to articulate when you're trying to explain what it is without knowing how to describe it. And to be honest, I'm at a loss for words with this one. I think the way it's done is very odd. It throws you in against a bunch of different players, and you have to pick units using your gem power and then hope that the things you chose survive and you're able to do damage to your opponent. And as you'll see during the gameplay portion of this review, it's very throw something against the wall and see what sticks, because you don't know who you're going up against. You don't know what you're gonna be put against. It's kind of like you just don't know. They could have a deck that absolutely obliterates you, and it's one of those. It doesn't really lend towards giving you any inclinations as to who you're up against at any one point, other than the little skull who is on that little characters up in the top left hand corner at the little skull, and that's basically all you'll know. And then you won't know what cards they're laying or what creatures they're summoning or anything like that until your turn phase happens, and then it's a case of, did you put out the right units, or are your units strong enough? And based on what I've experienced with this game, 9 times out of 10, no, you haven't. You are absolutely up a creek without a paddle, because if they have won even one single round, they will have enough energy or mana, whatever it's called, to hit you so hard that you're going to lose health. And don't forget, guys, to smash that like button. It really does help. It is one of those things that will help us grow, and the best way I could describe this is to just say, if this is a game for you, then great. I don't know how to quantify it and say whether it's a good game or not, because I just don't know what its intended market is. It is a game that, in my opinion, is just thrown out there for the sake of it, and it may garner a giant cult following, or it may just be an absolute flop and just get shut down very quickly. But I don't know. I'm not one of those that will be able to give you an opinion on this one in any way, shape or form, to be able to quantify it. Basically, I think that the game has a premise, it has the potential, but it's got to hit the right market at the right time. And would I personally go out of my way and recommend it to anyone? No, it's not a game that I'd recommend. I would say that this is one that I would probably never have touched outside of being given a code for it. But that doesn't mean that it isn't for someone. Based on my research, this sort of game would probably be aimed towards people that, as I said, who like games like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstones or any of those styles of games where you have to gauge an enemy and think like a tactical chess game, but with cards, or in this case, summonable units. And it's a very odd experience because you're unable to know enough about things going forward unless you've spent a copious amount of time playing it. It is not a game for those that just enter into it. You are going to find it quite frustrating because you're going to lose a couple of matches to begin with, so you can learn how your deck plays, and you're going to not enjoy that experience to begin with at the start of the game. It's one that I honestly don't know how to approach without being brutally honest. And so my final thought on this one is it could be a great game for a select group of people, but for most people this is a game that they won't even touch. This is a game that I personally wouldn't have touched outside of this review, and given that, it's just not one that I can in good conscience recommend to any of my community, because I don't think any of them would enjoy it. That being said, I do appreciate that I was given the code and given the opportunity to play it and review it. I feel like it does have the potential to be a great game for a niche group of people that like this style of game, but overall, for the masses, I don't think this game is going to do very well. That being said, I will say that this is just my opinion. This is just how I break things down and look at it as a general consensus. I don't think the game has a lot going for it, but if you disagree, let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you like the video, dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know how you feel about it, guys, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.